thank you, Annie and Royson, for inviting me over here. I've known them for many years, and naturally, when they invited me, there was no question of not coming. So I'm very delighted to be here. Just before we were to leave from IIT, I asked my senior colleague, Mr. Jha, हम वहाँ क्यों जा रहे हैं? मुझे करना क्या है? तो he said, कुछ है celebration, चलेंगे. कुछ मुझे बोलना तो नहीं है. कहता मुझे नहीं पता, जाएगा तो कुछ तो बोलेगा. कितनी देर बोलने का है? क्या बोलने का है? So I'm a professional teacher. My job is to teach, and my lectures are 55 minutes. है ना? And my fear is that the host has organized 5-minute lecture और हम 55 मिनट का lecture चालू कर दिए तो लफड़ा हो जाएगा, dinner शिनर सब गया. So it is important to know कि 55 मिनट वाला lecture है कि छोटे वाला है. So fortunately for you, it is a छोटे वाला, so that's good. Then the question is, what do you speak? You are meeting wonderful people for the first time. You don't know what to speak. And this happened to me at a very early age. There was a big earthquake in Latur, and the chief engineer of the project asked me to come with him to see the reconstruction. And then one day during the visit, he made 70 engineers sit in front of me, and he said, lecture do. And I had prepared my slides, transparencies in those days. And I looked at their eyes and I realized, ये नहीं चलेगा, जो मेरा तैयारी है वो नहीं चलेगा. And I learned. So I put all the slides aside and I said, बिना slide के बोलेगा, बिना तैयारी. Then I learned that I don't do a good job by preparing. So while in the car I was thinking, what will I speak? बोलना तो है. नाराज जाएगा नहीं तो रॉयसन नहीं बोलेगा तो नाराज जाएगा. तो what do I speak? And I wasn't able to figure it out what to speak, to be very frank. So for the last half an hour, whatever I have seen and whatever is coming to my mind, that is what I'll speak. Okay. So let me recall my own days as a young man. I had never ever thought I will teach at IIT Kanpur. I had a few job offers. I returned back from United States. I went to those institutions and I had no idea. I thought Kanpur was a bad city, very hot, not clean, this and that. And I ended up joining Kanpur. Why? Because I saw something very, very interesting happening there, which was the way people dealt with me. I taught there for 25 years, and I came to IIT Gandhinagar as its first director. And I started to realize after 25 years, what was something that I betrayed IIT Kanpur about. And that was that I was sucking in the culture of IIT Kanpur, but I was not contributing enough to that culture, right? Because I realized after joining IIT Gandhinagar that what survives the institutions, what survives the organizations is the culture. How people deal with each other, how they react to each other in terms of senior versus junior, men versus women, client versus the employees, and various other interfaces, people-to-people interfaces, right? When you say this family is vegetarian, what does it mean? Okay, there is certain expectation, all right, this is what they eat. If you say this family is Christian, you understand what is it. So there is a certain anticipation when you deal with any organism, any organization, and you say, they are this, they are Marwadis. The moment you say they are Marwadis, something. They are Gujaratis, they mean something. They are Sikhs, there is something. So what is it that that organization is all about? Is defined by culture, right? And how will that organization survive and thrive? It depends, of course, on capabilities. It depends on investments. It depends on management skills. It depends on many, many things, I agree. But ultimately, how far it will go, how long it will survive, it all depends on culture. It depends what kind of values you as an organization have. Individuals might be wonderful people, but as an organization, what is it that you are? What defines you? And this is something that has been my emphasis at IIT Gandhinagar, and this is something that I'm now fully convinced that this is something I did not even realize for 25 years. I was drawing I was thriving. I am today whatever I am today out of those 25 years. But did I ever think that I was a custodian of that culture? Did I worry about it? If somebody else was doing something wrong, did I stick my neck out and say, you know, you are doing something wrong, please don't do it? I said, none of my business. I said, मेरा क्या लेना देना है, दूसरा कुछ गड़बड़ कर रहा है. Not my problem. Let him do whatever he wants. Right? But today, when I came to IIT Gandhinagar, I started to realize that as part of that organization, I was benefiting from certain things, but I was not contributing to them. And for last about 1 hour that I have been here, what I've seen in the presentation, what I've seen in the coffee table book, I think there is a very strong emphasis on building that culture, building that ethos in the organization. I'm very delighted, Royson, very delighted that you guys are doing something that I learned at a fairly advanced age, that you guys at a very young age have started to build on that. So thank you very much for inviting me over here. Absolutely delighted to see whatever limited I could see in last about 1 hour in terms of the organization, its values, its ethos, and its emphasis on people. Organizations are people. If you do in mathematical terms, a summation of all the terms, all the people, ultimately that is what is the organization, and the kind of emphasis that you have on people, on their being a member of the family, on being empowerment, delegation. I mean, the kind of keywords that I'm reading in the coffee table book is absolutely a delight. I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for having me over here. Thank you.